Hi everyone, my name is Amy Savage and I'm the Mentoring Program Manager for United for the Future. I just wanted to quickly give a recap about what we went over during our mentor meeting a couple weeks ago. First things first, I just want to thank you all of those who have helped with mentoring in some way, be it a year of mentoring, those who've come as guest speakers, or even those who have been here these past 3 years. It's been amazing. I've only been here for a year, but I've seen the effect it's had on these kids, and I'm so grateful, and I know they are too. A little bit about me. I graduated from Fresno Pacific University a couple years ago with a degree in psychology. I just really want to help these kids with the skills and the knowledge that I've gained. Another thing we went over was some of the feedback from this past year, kind of what worked and what didn't, and then maybe some suggestions. So basically from the feedback, from what I heard, people really enjoyed being there for the kids. We had some struggles, I know. We have some kids who are from hard places and they don't always react the way that we'd like them to. One of the things that we heard was that some people want a little bit more of the one-on-one, and that's great. We would love to be able to provide that. Our mentoring is group mentoring, but we can always provide space to have more one-on-one interactions. So one thing someone mentioned was maybe more games, a little less directed conversations sometimes, and that's great. We would love to do that. We're hoping to have at least once a month some sort of game day for our mentors to just go ahead and play games with the kids to play together. We want to be a little more intentional with it, using our games to be able to prompt discussions, but we still want them to have a lot of fun and be able to talk to each other and open up a little bit. So another thing was that we want to be able to grab our students' attention and to keep it. So we want to make this year a little bit more engaging, more fun. We're going to talk about that a little bit later when we get to kind of how we're going to be running this next year. Someone asked, how do we know if we're being successful? Is there some sort of measurement? How do we know? Sometimes we just end up getting on them because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing and we don't feel like we're being successful. To that I would say, I think if we are having that positive, trusting, caring relationship with our students, then we're already on the right track. If they're having fun and they're engaged, then we're heading in the right direction. The more that they will trust us, the more they will listen to us, and that's when we will be able to share those important lessons with them, and they might actually listen. So really it's just that engagement and that relationship. That's how we know that we're really being successful. Someone also mentioned that they want to begin the year asking our students about their ambitions, their passions, maybe things that they're struggling with. We would love to know more about our students, and sometimes it's a little hard for them to open up to us. But we want to be able to get them to know that we care about them and that we're going to be there for them, that we're going to support them through all of these things that they may be dealing with in life, whether it's the good things or the things that are not so good, the things that are really kind of hard to deal with. We want to be there for them. We want them to know that. So we might start out the year a little bit with getting to know you questions, maybe some icebreakers, and then asking those initial questions just to see what are they gifted in? How can we help them grow in the things that they're passionate about? We want to have an asset-based mindset. So we want our students to grow in the things that they already have strengths, and we want to help them grow in the things that they're weak in, but we also want to help foster growth in the things that they already love to do. We've also had multiple mentors ask us if we can get some information, maybe from the administration or from teachers, just a little bit about our students' background. We often don't know a whole lot about them until towards the end of the year when a few things have come out. We want to be able to know where they're at, know the things that they're facing, so that we can be a little more mindful and that we can be a little more supportive when things happen and we don't quite understand their reactions to them. We want to be able to understand, and so we're going to work with the administration, Freddie and I, to try to get a little feedback, a little information, basic information, so that we can be more sensitive to our students, and like I said, be able to support them where they're at. So we want to have some sort of field trip this year, maybe multiple. This could be just with one of the school sites, like each one, or it could be one that has all of them coming together. So we've talked about maybe doing something at the Maxey Park Center with all the schools, maybe doing something with the Grizzlies at the Grizzly Stadium. We just want to help extend that small circle that they live in, their small neighborhoods, the small group of people that they know and that they've seen. We want to be able to expand those horizons, right? And help them see some cool things that maybe they haven't seen yet. So now, if I can, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing this next year. We have just kind of a focus for our team that we want to talk about. And those are 4 things, and it's pretty simple. Relationships, fun and engagement, social emotional learning, and character. These are kind of things that we've always done, but we want to be more intentional about it this year. We want to keep that as our focus for everything that we do, for our structures, for our activities, our lessons, just the content. We want to be mindful of these things so that we can help our kids and be as effective as possible. So let's dig a little bit into each one. Positive adults' influence in a child's life is the #1 developmental asset for kids and adolescents. They're the foundation of everything we do with these kids. In this relationship, we want to emphasize that we're not the parent, the teacher, or the counselor. We can give them wisdom and guidance, but at the end of the day, we are that healthy, caring, responsible adult who provides consistent support and a positive role model for our students. Therefore, we want to create an atmosphere of inclusion and connection. Our second one is fun and engagement. So we know that our kiddos learn best when they're engaged and they're having fun. So that means we're going to gear our lessons to their natural need for movement, engagement, and fun. Some of the ways to keep them engaged is through activities. So some of our activities may include charades or role playing, maybe even doing some skits, some arts and crafts, some rhythm activities, intentional games. We want our kiddos to love coming to mentoring because when they come, they feel connected, they learn a little something, and they're having fun. Our third one is SEL, or social emotional learning. Basically, we're engaging our kiddos in structures and content that are to help them grow socially and emotionally. Many of our kids come from hard places, and they need that extra help for them to get to a healthy place of social and emotional well-being. The areas inside of SEL that we're going to be focusing on, these ideas that we'll be integrating into the program, are the 4 core SEL areas of social emotional learning. These are growth mindset, self-efficacy, self-management, and social awareness. With that said, we're going to use a couple different tools this year for all of our sites. And there's 2 basic ones that we're going to be using that is going to fit into the structure of how we do our programs. One is the zones of regulation, and the other is reflection journals. Simply, the zones of regulation is like an engine gauge. We're basically asking them, how's your engine running? Their 4 options are green, which is good, blue, which is slow, yellow, they're a little off, and red, they're running hot and they really need to go take a break. So we're going to be using these zones of regulation with our kiddos. We're going to start it when they first come in the door. They're going to pick that color that they feel that they're in. Just being mindful, like self-awareness, where are they at? Then if they're not in the green zone, we might have them do a little something just to help them get re-regulated, to help them get back into that green zone. Our second tool is going to be the reflection journals. So this is going to come at the end between the lesson and going outside, the outdoor activity. They'll fill in these 3 prompts. They are, when I came in, I was in the blank zone and I felt blank. They're just going to fill in those 2. The second one is, I am now in the blank zone and I feel blank. Then the last one is simply a reflection question, filling in a sentence that says, something I learned today was blank. And here they don't have to write it. If they feel bad about that skill, we'll let them draw it as well. We're just trying to get them to think about it and be mindful. Our SEL lessons and activities may be on concepts such as emotions, triggers, coping and regulation, mindfulness, conflict management and resolution, empathy, etc., etc. You name it. Anything that's SEL, we're going to try to fit it in so that our students are given all of the tools that they need to be able to succeed. And our 4th one is character. These pieces are things that we all learn in school. Character counts. These are things like integrity, respect, diligence, thankfulness. These are just a few of the components that are going to help our students be more successful in school and in the rest of their lives. I want to stop here just to quickly make a caution. Many of our students come from places of hurt and trauma. They've lived in chronic stress, and as a result, they're easily triggered. We want to be intentional about avoiding those triggers. We want to create an atmosphere of felt safety. We know that they're safe, but they may not know it. They'll often be stuck in this state of hypervigilance, looking around at the environment and not focusing necessarily on the way that we are actually relating with them. So we need to continually keep them in this state of felt safety. We should also give healthy touch. This is things like high fives and fist bumps, where they get to choose their level of engagement. They can choose whether to or to not engage. And that helps them to feel known and to feel cared about as they come in or they leave, and we give them that high five and we say, hey, have a great day. Hey Elijah, I like your shirt. Fist bump. So I just want to mention here, if you were not mentoring this past year, but you were thinking about it, we really need more mentors. Our students, we'd like to make it more one-on-one. Unfortunately, we haven't had the means or the capacity to do so. We love group mentoring, but we do want to be able to have that time for our students to be one-on-one, at least for some short space of time with a caring adult. So if you have the time, if you could make the time, we would love to have you out there. I know our students would really appreciate it. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for all you've done, and thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.